Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to my channel. This is Coach Nayera, your transformational life coach, speaker, retreat leader, dot, dot, dot. We're not going to go through all of the introductions because if you've been following me up to this far, I do feel like we are very well acquainted because we are on a journey together. And so, once again, I'm so super excited to be right back here with you with another episode of Mindset Challenge. Okay. We on we are on episode number 17. And as you know, we went through As a Man Thinketh, and we finished that. So we're gonna finish out the 21 day or 21 episodes with the fruits of the spirit before we go into our next journey together. And so last episode, we ended off with the fruit of the spirit of love. Okay. And before I actually dive deep into this, I do want to say this. If this is your very first time here, welcome. I'm so super excited to just have you here. I'm super excited to connect with you. I'm super excited for us to heal together, to grow together, and reach another level of freedom together. Okay. If this is your first time here, I'm going to ask that you go ahead and like the video, connect with the bell, which is you are subscribing to the channel, and turn on all of your notifications. So when I upload a video, you will be able to tune right in. The beautiful part of this journey is you have access 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days in a year to connect, to heal, to grow, and transform together. Okay. And with that being said, how can you support this channel? Number one, be fully engaged. Make sure that you are making comments, make sure that you're sharing out the videos, and make sure that you're actually applying the teachings that I am providing here on this journey with us. Okay. In addition to that, if you've been rolling with us with these last episodes, I say thank you. I really say thank you. Thank you for investing in yourself. The greatest investment that you can do is spend time with you. And I appreciate that you are allowing me to be in your journey of transformation. I'm really grateful. And so, as we continue on this journey, I don't have my glasses today. I don't have my glasses today because I don't need my glasses because it's going to be more like a heart to heart. Day 17 is very, or should I say, episode F17 is very special to me. Okay. As we're going through the fruit of the spirits, we are literally on joy. And what a perfect timing for me to be able to express joy. Now, you can find this, the fruits of the spirit, in Galatians 5:22. Okay. But the fruit of the spirit is love, joy. And why is this so special for me today? Well, I want to tell you a story. Can I tell you a story? If I could tell you a story, go ahead and drop comment in the comments, drop story. All right. I want to tell you a story. How I really began to get into my personal healing, my personal journey of transformation, and how that has led to me helping thousands upon thousands, and for real, like thousands of people to be in a journey uh to have a sacred process to connect and communicate about their pain while moving through it and really specializing in eradication of generational trauma. Today, for me, marks 25 years that the love of my life, my daddy, physically left this earth, like physically left the earth. Okay. And for a very long time, and I'm talking about 10 years or more, just the thought of my daddy not being here with me physically, and notice I do keep saying physically because spiritually, I know that he's always with me. However, physically, I could not get through that painful process of just knowing that he was no longer physically with me every single time. For at least the first 10 years of his departure, I would think of my dad. I don't care if it was good memories, bad, indifferent, whatever. It didn't matter. Okay. My heart would get so heavy. Oh my God. My heart would get so heavy. Okay. I would cry. I would question God. I was physically getting sick. I had a mask on where, to the world I looked okay, but the truth is I was suffering in silence. I just couldn't move past the pain. Like that part of my life had me in bondage. And every time his birthday would come, every time his transition date would come, oh my gosh, it seemed like this big dark cloud would come over me. And it honestly, it just wasn't a good thing. It wasn't a good thing. However, I had to pretend that, it was okay with me. And I knew it mentally. Mentally, I knew that it was the Lord's will. Mentally, I knew that God is the author of life and death. Like the knowingness was there, but the feelings wasn't there. It just wasn't there for me. So basically I was out of alignment because I knew one thing, but I felt a different thing. And when you are out of alignment, it caused you to be imbalanced, right? So I was imbalanced in my life because I could not align the two, right? So I realized in my process that happiness depends on the circumstances. I had other areas in my life that I was happy, you know, but the joy wasn't there. The joy, the internal strength during those particular moments, those difficult seasons in my life that my daddy birthday and his transit, like I couldn't get past that. And I realized not just with myself that people can experience challenges, right? And still try to have joy or maintain joy because that joy may be rooted in temporary emotions, but to really really like just have it where the scriptures say this joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me and the world can't take it away. That's where I had to stop pretending that everything was perfect, and I needed to get really really vulnerable and start the process of healing so that that pain didn't rob me of the spirit of joy. I needed to come to resolve. I needed a way. I didn't just need to do it. I needed a way. Sometimes you're going through something in life, and it's not that you don't want to do it, but maybe you don't have a way, the effective way on how to gain and maintain joy in your life. And so for me, what helped me to develop emotional resilience? What helped me to really go into gratitude after 10 years of just being stuck, like, "Ugh, can't breathe" type of thing? What helped me to find peace even in the difficult moments of just knowing that my daddy is no longer going to be here? He's like, I could cry to the moon come home. He's not physically coming back. Okay. But what got me to that point of resolve that now I can not only speak about him, now not only can I recall memories and tell my children and my grandchildren, because I got big pictures up in my house, and it was a time that I would walk past the picture. I couldn't even look at the picture, right? Um, but now I could sit there and sup with the picture and just recall pleasure moments with my daddy. What got me to the point of protecting my emotional energy? I found a route. I found a route to do that for me. And so, what can I encourage you today to gain and maintain the fruit of joy? So that you can have that unspeakable joy that you have a joy that nobody can rob you of. You got to find your route. Write that in the comments. Find your route. You have to find that valid route that's going to unlock the pain. Some of us don't want to face it. We don't want to go through it. We don't want to experience it. We don't know, like that's something you cannot touch. Like don't touch this. You could touch anything else, but not this. That subject for me, that grief for me was like, nah, wait, hold it. I would do this to the world. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Not that. I don't want to talk about, I don't want to look at, no, 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 no. That part of my life, I couldn't fathom reliving that experience. But when I found my route to the freedom of that level of pain, of grief, where I can actually sit with it. And now, but God, but the work, and I mean the work of healing, not only am I free, I'm free. I get to help thousands of people become free. For me, my route, what helped me to become emotionally intelligent? My route was this, my route, okay? This book, Dianetics, right? The modern science of mental health. Whew, it helped me to get my mind right. Remember, I told you I had the mental capacity, but I didn't have the emotional intelligence. Now, because of this book, now, because of this book, I am no longer emotionally stuck. I am free to be. I'm free. I'm free to be. I'm free to allow my daddy, as the word say and as the world know, rest in peace. I'm free to do that. Because when I'm resting, I could sleep at night. It was a time I could sleep at night. Then the essence of my daddy in me, he gets the rest. Hmm? When I'm happy and I get to talk about him, his legacy lives on. That's the peace. That's that unspeakable joy. That for generations and generations, he will be remembered. That's joy. That's for me, that's eternal life. He gets to have eternal life because a part of him is healing through me. I'm healing, he healing, because I am him and he is me. We're in this thing together. So I have to say that unhealed pain can steal your joy. It can rob you of your joy. Hmm? I refuse to be robbed. I robbed it. Pain robbed it. Grief robbed it. You understand? Death, quote, death, you know? But now, because I found my route, I'm in my journey. I get to continuously evolve. Now, that was the beginning of my healing. That, because that was like for me the worst. But then that made me to uncover a whole bunch of other stuff that I learned how to cope. I learned how to suppress, but it needed to be resolved. How many of you that are listening to me today, you just need something in your spirit to just be resolved? Now, I'm talking about grief, but you may have something else that's robbing you of your joy. And so many people are surviving, but no longer truly experiencing joy internally. So me having Dianetics helped me to strengthen that inner peace, that inner joy, because I now not only understand it, but I experience knowing that stress, bitterness. Oh, I was bitter about my daddy going, trauma, resentment, overthinking. Come on, somebody's following me on this. You understand. You have your own story. Okay. Emotional exhaustion slowly is draining your joy. Oh my gosh. Crying is exhausting sometimes. Okay. And I used to cry all the time about my daddy. I would have at night, laying on my pillow when my husband sleep, his back turned one way and I'm turned the other way, and tears would just roll down on my pillow. And just roll on my pillow, solid cries, because other people felt like, okay, it's been 2, 3 years, you got to get over it. But I didn't have a route. And I don't necessarily feel like I needed to get over it. I just needed to get through it. So some of you, excuse me, may have something that it's not meant for you to get over. It's meant for you to get through it. And you just need a route. And I hope that my videos is a part of your route. Because sometimes we smile publicly, right? While suffering privately. And so I'm grateful that this book, Dianetics, this book right here, it helped me to become free. And I mean, I learned so much. It wasn't just grief. It was other things that I was trapped in what I've learned called the reactive mind. I was reacting to life. I wasn't present to respond. And so I was burnt out in my emotions. You ever been burnt out? Like emotionally just burnt out? Oh, that's gonna be hard on the body too, because the mind makes the body sick. I learned that through Dianetics. The mind makes the body sick. Hmm? And so I encourage you today, right, to unburden yourselves. I was emotionally heavy. Like I was walking around, but my heart was heavy when I would recall those intimate, uh, painful experiences. Because I can remember everything about my daddy, everything about him leaving. I mean, down to the detail, down to the smells, down to whatever it was that was surrounding that. I can remember, I can recall it, and every ounce of it. I mean, leading up to the days before was associated with pain. Okay. So I just want to say I'm free of that. Right. So healing from survival mode. I'm no longer feeling like I have to just survive the pain. No, I'm thriving. I'm thriving. So I encourage you to really um, look at your life and see how you can overcome those aspects of your life that robs you of the spirit of joy. Hmm? The spirit of joy. I tell my story today because I know what it is. I could just tell you, it may be in your marriage, it may be with your children, it may be with your business, your relationships, your church, your whatever, just your community, whatever. It's a lot of people going through some things today, and they don't have a route out. They don't have a way to get out of the trauma, to get out of the pain. They're experiencing things from their past that is affecting the moment, that they cannot move forward when they think of that particular thing. I'm here to tell you that you can rescue you from you. Yeah. You can rescue you from you. I had to learn how to rescue me from me because it was my own mind that I was in bondage. And I asked, when this is a moment of reflection, okay? I want you to reflect on this and I want you to write this down. I want you to really write this down because we're talking about the fruit of the spirit. We're talking about the fruit of the spirit, right? When was the last time you genuinely felt joy? Like joy. That kind of unspeakable joy. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me and the world can't take it away. When was the last time you had something in your life that you got that unspeakable joy that you could just look in your mind and just smile? Hmm? Then I ask, and I want you to write these things down, like write it down. We're going to have the pros and the cons, the positive and the negative. All right. I want you to write these things down. Then I want you to ask yourself, what has been draining me emotionally? And I need a route out. Need a route out. I need a route out. Because I'll say this to you, joy has to be cultivated and it needs to be intentional. Joy has to be cultivated and it needs to be intentional. Joy grows when you intentionally protect your peace and feed your spirit healthy things. Me reading this book right here caused me to have another level, a deeper sense of unspeakable joy. Yes, come on now. I know some people out there that say, well, I'm just gonna pray. All I need is Jesus. All I need is this. Yes, I agree. But God helped those who help themselves. God helps those who help themselves. And so I had to learn how to help myself. And I knew my mental health and my heart health needed to be in alignment. And so healing requires learning how to reconnect with gratitude, with purpose, with laughter, with faith. Come on, y'all, with peace, with meaningful connections. And the way that I found out is I had to get out my own way and I had to maneuver through that pain. And I needed a sense of freedom. And that freedom came to with me being asked the right questions, me learning how to get through that reactive mind because I found that it was layers to my pain. Come on now, somebody knows where I'm going with this. It was layers to my pain. And so I ask you today, as we are going through the fruit of the spirit, this message is not going to be long for us today. Okay? This message is not going to be long. But what I ask you today is, are you ready to have unspeakable joy where you can control your own joy? You get to be the driver of your happiness. It, it grows when it's nurtured. And you nurture it by finding how to unveil yourself of pain. Because you deserve, and I'm saying this to you, you deserve more than survival mode. You deserve peace. You deserve healing. You deserve joy again because maybe at one point you had a level of joy, but you lost it through something. See, I had a level of joy with my daddy. I can remember when he would teach me how to climb mango trees and, how to fish and, cook seafood and all of the beautiful things that my daddy that is very sentimental that money can't buy. And when he left here, I felt like I was robbed of that. But no, now I have a sense of richness because these are things that not only do I hold on to, I get to pass it on, and through my bloodline, my daddy get to live on because I have an unspeakable joy. Hmm? The fruit of the spirit is what we're talking about today. Finding your route to gain that unspeakable joy. And it's not just about removing pain, it's about learning how to live again emotionally. I learned how to live again with Dianetics. I learned how to be myself again. I'm telling you, like, oh my gosh, I learned how to breathe. And some of us get stuck in breath. We can't breathe because that pain was stifling me. And so I'll ask you as you look through, want to breathe again. What do you want to love again? What do you want peace again? What do you want connection again? What do you want to be revived again? You got to find your route. And in your route, know that you are responsible for that new level of joy. So I want to thank y'all so much for tuning in to Tune Up. And today, in honor of my daddy, the fruit of the spirit of joy, I'm doing a call to action. My call to action is this, and I'm going to drop it in my link in the description. I want you to get this book. And if you already have it, I'm asking you to get it for somebody else. My call to action today is I want a bare minimum of 25 people, because my daddy been gone for 25 years. 25 people to experience this book and have and obtain more ability to have the fruit of the spirit of joy. I want to thank y'all so much for listening. Today has been a great day. Today has been a great time with us. I thank you for listening to my story. I thank you for being willing to have and uncover and unburden yourself to another level of joy. I just thank you for just knowing that it's possible. Somebody say this with me. It's possible to be happy again, to another level of happiness. It's possible. And not only is it possible, and this is for that one person that may hear this message, just that one person. I want you to know that not only is it possible, it's necessary. It's necessary for you to heal on purpose. And so I thank you so much for listening because greatness is within you. And I encourage you to heal on purpose. Thank you. Day 17, or should I say episode of 17 of Healing on Purpose. Peace.